Hello, and welcome to our next segment reading of the Asatru Edda. I am Asgarod Skegg, and today's chapter is entitled Sleipnir. And this is a very popular name in the sagas because we know that Sleipnir is the eight-legged horse or steed of the All-Father Odin. So this story here tells us how that horse came into Odin's possession, and a rather silly story as well that Loki ends up once again having to clean up his mess. So, chapter 34, Sleipnir. There came a certain builder to the Godin. He offered to construct in 3 seasons a fortress so solid and trustworthy that it would be safe against Bergrisar and the Himthusar, even if they entered Midgard. As his payment, he asked for Freyja in marriage, but he also wanted the sun and the moon. Then the Aesir, consulting amongst themselves, arrived at a decision. Their agreement with the builder was that he should have what he requested if he completed the fortress in 1 winter. But if any part of the fortress was unfinished on the first day of summer, he would lose his part of the bargain. No other man was to help him in his work. When stating these conditions, they agreed to let him have use of his horse called Svalthifari. Loki was the one who made the decision after the matter was placed before him. On the first day of winter, the builder began to create and erect the fortress, and during the night he used his horse to haul in stones. The Aesir were amazed at the size of the boulders the horse could drag. The horse's feat of strength was twice that of the builders. But good witnesses and many oaths had sealed the bargain. Because the Jotun did not think it safe to be without a truce among the Aesir if Thor should return. At that time, Thor was in the east hammering on trolls. As the winter passed, the building of the fortification steadily advanced until it became so high and so strong that it was unassailable. With only 3 days left before summer, the work had progressed right up to the stronghold's entrance. Then the Godins sat on their thrones of weird and sought a solution. They asked one another who had been responsible for the decision to marry Freyja into Jotunheimer and to destroy the sky and the heavens by taking the sun and moon and giving it to a Jotun. And it became clear, as in most other things, that the one who had advised in these matters was Loki Laufeyarson, the one who counsels badly in most matters. They told him that he could expect a bad death if he failed to devise a plan for the builder to lose his wager. They attacked Loki, and when he became frightened, he swore oaths that whatever it cost him, he would find a way to keep the builder from completing his part of the bargain. That same evening, as the builder drove out with his stallion, Svalthirfari, to gather stones, a mare leapt from the forest and, neighing, ran up to the horse. When the stallion recognized the manner of horse that was, he became frantic and broke free from his harness. He galloped towards the mare, but she raced ahead of him into the forest. Behind them came the builder, trying to grab hold of his horse. Because the horse ran all evening and night, the work was delayed. The next day, there was less work done than previously, and when the builder saw that the work would not be finished, he flew into a Jotun's rage. Once the Aesir realized for certain that they were dealing with a Belgrisi, they no longer respected their oaths. They called upon Thor, who came immediately, and the next thing to happen was that the hammer Mjolnir was in the air. In this way, Thor repaid the builder his wages, but not with the sun and moon. Rather, Thor put an end to the Jotun's life in Jotunheimer. He struck the first blow in such a way that the Jotun's skull broke into small pieces, and so Thor sent him down into Niflheim. But Loki's relations with Svaftilfari were such that a while later he gave birth to a colt. It was gray and had 8 feet, and this is the best horse among Godar and men. Sleipnir is the best of horses. Odin owns him, and he has 8 legs. Runar are wristed on the Sleipnir's teeth. The horse has such magnificent strength and rapid hooves that it could cross any river, no matter how violent, vanquishing its roaring tide without fatigue. It could also leap over any wall, no matter how high, even if it was composed of Vathurlogar. Thank you for sitting in on this next segment. The story of Sleipnir is actually one of my favorites among the sagas, so I hope you enjoyed the reading today. Please support the channel, hit that thumbs up button, and subscribe to catch all of our new content. Thank you again for listening in, and we'll see you on the next segment.